Hey, welcome everyone. We'll be getting started here in just a minute. I need you to hear just a short testimonial before we get started, and I think you'll really enjoy this. So listen carefully.
Okay, well, I just joined LiveGood without talking to anybody. I saw an ad from Sarah McGee about $18 CBD oil comparing to 90 and 80. And I clicked on that, watched the 5-minute video, and I immediately paid $139 for a year just so I could save the money. And I ended up getting 1,500 milligrams CBD oil and 3 other things. And then I ordered 8 things the next day. So I've been on a lot of products for a month, but I feel completely transformed. I think from the CBD oil, it has calmed me down and I was getting angry and swearing and about stupid little things like traffic and people not tipping me on my job. And I've completely been transformed by these products. It's absolutely amazing. Just the savings on these phenomenal products would be more than enough, but to have your own business that you can share worldwide, and people like Christopher, who have become a diamond with 16 members, is absolutely incredible. I feel like this is God's leading to really the best company I have ever seen in my life.
Wow, wow, wow. And I think you might just agree. So we're going to have Mr. James Penny give a testimonial. He'll introduce me and then we'll get started.
Hey, everyone. James Penny here. Excuse my informal setting, but hey, I'm here picking up my daughter from dance. And, it's one of the things I love about this business. You don't have to stop living to do this business. You can do life and do this business as well. And I tell you, a lot of you know my background has been in franchising, and I for the last multiple decades I built national and international franchises. What really motivated me to do that was growing up. I grew up in a very poor family. I mean, we were so poor. It wasn't the bills we had to worry about. We were so poor we couldn't even pay attention. That's how poor we were. And so I had to kind of scratch and claw my way up in business and create my first business. And I got into franchising because I really developed a passion to want to help other people do the same thing. But unfortunately, in franchising, a lot of people have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get into the business. They might have to wait, 10, 20 years to really get their money back and start making a profit. And so it kind of left me feeling a little empty inside because I couldn't really help the people that I had set out to help, which was people like me who really didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. And then when I run into this business, it was like, wow, the light came on, and it was just like, it just hit me. It's like, this is a game changer. This business right here is the great equalizer, because anybody with a pulse can do this business. We've got homeless people who, with a government issued cell phone, went into a library and built this business to over $100,000 a month. If they can do that, you can do this. It's just my sheer pleasure to introduce a good friend, a long-term, business associate, the one and only Dr. Stan Harris, Dr. Breakthrough. This guy, man, 10th degree black belt, multiple masters, traveled, all 50 states and spoke, 28 countries. I can't say enough great things about Mr. Dr. Breakthrough. I'll turn it over to you now, Mr. Dr. Breakthrough.
Hey, well, thank you. Thank you very much, James. And again, everybody on here, this is really not about James or myself. It's about you, my friend. So we're going to show you something very powerful that could perhaps change your life. We're going to talk about the great disruption. See, the old ways of marketing are out and something new is here. So we need you to forget everything that you've ever known about network marketing and home-based business, my friend, because there's something new and exciting. It's the great disruption, and as James said, the great equalizer. So you've used to overpaid and overpriced products. There's no, the authorship requirements, none of that here, right? No monthly product sales required. Earlier, James texted me about a guy and he was asked a question about this, but it's like, no, here we don't have that. And for rank ups based on volume, there's no such thing here. Oh, what about this one? Starting all over on day number 1. I mean, oh my goodness, where your points go down to zeros, like your heart just drops. You're like, oh no, we're starting. None of that happens here, my friend. Because remember, this is the great disruption. And as James says, it's the great equalizer. So we come in peace, just so you know, it's not your fault, right? All the frustrations, all the hurt, all the abuse, all the turmoil that you've gone through, my friend, it's not your fault. And so we come, my friend, with peace, and we come with something that's a remedy. So the old way, overpriced products. So the average cost of a product is $8 to $12, but it gets marked up 5 to 10 times. And again, not criticizing that. That's what they do in retail business, by the way. But in home-based business, it makes a huge difference because we're connected to people. It's relationships. And when somebody buys something from you and then they go on eBay or Amazon, you sold it to them for $80 and they found out they can get it for $50, like my son with a company I was representing. And he's like, Dad, I love the product. But he said, man, and he signed up with it himself. He said, but I'm paying $100, but I just found I can get the same exact thing for $50. I said, son, you got to do what's best for you and your family, man. Go ahead and buy it, right? So he bought it on either Amazon or eBay. And so, but again, my friend, the old way is always overpriced products. The new way is just a $9.95 per month. And again, you shop only when you want to. See, membership has its privileges. So imagine like a Costco's or a Sam's Club, except you don't have to buy in bulk. You just pay a $9.95 a month and you shop when you want to. And by the way, it's delivered right to your door. I don't know about you, my friend, but that's absolutely amazing. And as the folks would say, kind of sexy, right? The old way was product wars. Well, my product's better than yours and mine's less than yours. No, my friend. See, the new way is all based on science. We talk about things that are, again, certified gluten-free. We're talking about vegan. We're talking about non-GMOs. We're talking about USDA organic. We're talking about, this is the new way, my friend, and there's no arguing the science. Matter of fact, at the bottom of our website, there's a little thing called the Certificate of Analysis. And if you click on there, it'll show you the different products, third-party validation from a lab. So again, it's saving people money. How many of you love to save money? And then how many of you, like me, my whole life I've been an evangelist, so I love spreading the good news and I love empowering other people, my friend. So if you're like that, if you like to save money or if you like to empower other people to save money, in the chat, put me, okay? I'm gonna have to put me right here. So put me in the chat. If you love saving money or helping other people to save money, in the chat, say me. There you go. I want to make sure I'm talking to the right group of people. So again, the new way is let's play. So would you rather, think about this, would you rather pay only $18 for a CBD oil or $89.99? Matter of fact, I was just fired from speaking for a company. My main source of income is speaking for companies. And this one company, they flew us out in Vegas. And matter of fact, I called Brian, he came out with us. But guess what, my friend? They were selling, I didn't even know it. I just said, look, I don't need to know what they sell. I'm just going to empower them to build a big team. I'm going to empower them to be better leaders. I'm going to empower them to break through any of their barriers. And long and behold, one of the things they were selling was CBD oil for over $100. So needless to say, it didn't go too well. But what would you pay? Would you like $18? Or $89.99? In the chat, talk to me. Which price would you like to pay? I'm going to put 18. Come on, who else? Who'd rather pay 18 for your CBD oil? In the chat, talk to me. So the new way, would you rather spend $18 for Super Reds or for the Super Beats $39.95, which, by the way, I used to pay $42 at Walmart for the Super Beats. I didn't know you could get it for $39.95, but anyway, and so yeah, of course, if I'm going to get something, I'm going to get the Super Reds, which has not just beats. Super Reds is great for your cardiovascular health, great for your circulation, great for your brain and cognitive thinking, great for sexual health. I was talking to one of the owners. We have men, listen now, usually the wives get it for them, but they're off of their Cialis and off of their Viagra after using Super Reds. It's powerful. So again, if you're going to use something, how many of you would rather pay 18 versus the 39? Come on, put 18 There you go. That's right, Sharon. That's right, Brian. Of course you would. Yep, that's right. Now, would you rather pay only $15 for this Age of the Skin serum? Now, especially you ladies, but I guess today some men even do it too, especially Brian's an actor, so he's probably, but anyway, hey, wait a minute, $15 or $49.99. And by the way, it's the exact same thing, but a different company. By the way, other companies have similar products for $69 and $79. Who in here, other than myself, say, look, you know what? If I'm going to buy this, let me get it for 15 bucks. Come on, put $15 in the chat if that's what you like. See, the new way is for the Super Greens, only $18 versus AG1, $99.99. It's so funny, by the way. Last night, listen, yesterday, I can't make this up. My son, my youngest, we got 4 younger ones. Well, anyway, one of my, okay, I had 4, Nani had 4. We put together, we got 8. So the youngest of my 4, Justin, we went to the movies, we did some other things. And so on the way home, he's like, hey, and so I was dropping me off at his house. And so he said, Dad, what do you know about the AG1? I think I'm gonna go buy some of that. And I'm like, no, you're not. He's like, sir? I was like, well, why would you want it? He said, well, for my digestion, I'm having some situations and I heard it's good for your digestion. I said, yeah, and it's $99. And I said, by the way, when I get home, because I live an hour away, he's in Fort Worth, I'm just north of Dallas. I said, I'm gonna get you on the Zoom and I'm gonna show you something. And I showed him his website. See, when I signed up, I signed him up without him knowing it, used one of my other email addresses, and I just paid the money to get him started and been paying the monthly. And so I showed him where he already, by the way, has money waiting for him. All he has to do is put a bank account in, and then he could order the Super Greens for $18. How many of you think my son was extra glad and happy and thanked me profusely? How many think so? Put in the chat, he thanked you. How many think my son thanked me? Say, come on, in the chat, put some. How many he's like, he's about to spend $90-something, and his dad showed him how to get it for $18. And I said, by the way, if you know anybody else like you who wants this, they can get it for $18 if they join as a member, or $28. And by the way, these Super Greens that boost immune protection, energy and recovery, stress support, and digestive health. And by the way, 34 years ago, the first company I ever worked with in a home-based business, we had a green. It wasn't organic like this. And by the way, it cost $40. Myron Golden was a guy who I'd signed up in there. And also, so I called Myron. I said, hey, Myron, remind me, were we paying like $35 or $40 30-something years ago? He said, yeah, $40. I said, well, I found the same thing. It's only $18. So make a long story short, he's got this as well. So again, my friend, the old way is starting over at 0 every single month. You talk about getting on your last nerve. And as a matter of fact, with several companies I was with, they would tell everybody, hey, set your auto ship for the first day of the month. That way that 0 could start coming up. And Brian, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So, but the new way is just keep building. In other words, imagine, my friend, the beginning of the month, there's no such thing as points that go down. No, you just get to keep on building. Oh, I don't know about you, my friend. I love this new way. Now, the old way is forced monthly purchases. That's right. It's called auto ship. By the way, if the products are so great, why would they have to force you to pay? Do you know, by the way, I've been part of this company since February, so that's what, 6 months? So in a normal company, I would have ordered 6 times auto ship. I've ordered 18 times. There's no auto ship. Well, why? Well, number one, I ordered more because I have my freedom. And some of us, when we have freedom, we'll get what we want. Secondly, the price is so small. And then thirdly, they do a membership, especially call, every Monday. And Dr. Ryan Goodkin and his wife, Lisa, teach about the different products. And I keep learning about these products. I'm like, man, I need that. Wait a minute. My wife, Nadia, needs that. And I call my wife, Nadia, by the way, my ABCD adorable brown, Carlo Delight. We were at a restaurant not long ago. The guy said, would you like some dessert? I said, no, sir. I bought my dessert with me, pointing to my wife, 100% natural. But again, since there's no forced auto ship, because it's so inexpensive, you're getting like Saks Fifth Avenue, get this now, Gucci quality products at below Walmart and eBay prices. And then, by the way, did I say you only order what you want when you want? So it's not bulk buying, no forced monthly purchases. Hey, the new way is, like I said, you shop when you want, what you want, if you want. So unlike Costco's and these other things, my friend, no, this is something more powerful. The old way, 95% of affiliates make no money. That's right. It's amazing because in home-based business, we would show how 95% of people don't become successful by having the job. In other words, there's only 4% of people that end up being financially independent and only one is rich. Because the Dorney economic table tracked 100 people after 45 years from age 20 to age 65 when you're supposed to be able to retire. They found out that 28 were dead. 28 were dead, 62 were still working. 28 were dead, 62 were dead broke, 5 were still working, and 4 were financially independent, and only 1 was rich. Okay, and I'll have a slide for that next time, but that just came to me. So but again, that's having a job, doing it. And so, by the way, just having a job, you got a 95% chance of failing. But in the average company, 95% of the affiliates don't make any money. And by the way, the so-called residual money you make, I found out, no, that's based on auto ship. And when the auto ships go down, people start declining the auto ship and getting off their auto ship, your quote unquote residual dies down. And in every company, once my residual got lower than the auto ship, I just canceled. I'm like, I'm done. So the new way is 30% of our affiliates already have ranked up and earned their money that they invested back in their first week. Any business, you want to know, how soon can I make my money back? Well, guess what? We got people on this call, like I made my money back within 10 minutes. That's right. We've got people made their money back within 24 hours. A lot of folks within 48 hours. Get this, my friend. Again, 30% of the people in this company do it within the first week or two. That's incredible. That's a breakthrough. That's unheard of. This new thing must be powerful. By the way, if you like network marketing, you're going to love what I'm talking about. But if you disdain network marketing, you're going to really love this new powerful system I call membership marketing. Again, the old way is only 20 to 30% retention rate. And that is most customers stop using products after just 2.8 months. And that's why you got to constantly be recruiting over and over and over again, my friend. And that's why a lot of times companies get shut down as being Ponzi schemes, right? Because you got to constantly recruit. Well, with a 20 to 30% retention rate, what do you think is going to happen? Well, guess what? Here, the new way is a 96% reorder rate. I already told you, by the way, I've reordered, listen, my friend, so many times in just 6 months. 18 times in just like 6 months. It's amazing. And by the way, Thursday we get paid and I'm going to order again. Why? Because I ran out of my protein and I found out also want to get something else. It's amazing, my friend. Think about what that means for a legacy. Would you like to have a legacy business? Well, with a 96% reorder rate, my friend, you can't go wrong. The old way is companies thinking they own you, right? It's like, hey, you can only do this one thing and we'll kick you out if you do anything else. That's the old way. The old way is kind of cultish and it's like, you just got to just do this one thing. But the new way, there's no gatekeepers here. The new way, Ben Glinsky, the CEO, says, look, I've got other businesses. I talked to Nader, one of the other co-owners. He said, I've got several businesses. Guess what? You can do whatever you want, my friend. They do not try to hold you captive. They feel like if they got something great, you can use it. And by the way, my friend, you use it for what's best for you and your family. By the way, that's what every owner does. They always make decisions based on what's best for them and their family. Why shouldn't you be able to do the same? So this is the new way. Are you feeling this new way? Come on in the chat. How many of you are liking this new way? Say I am. I'm gonna have to stop for a minute and put I am in there. Who's liking the new way? Say I am. Come on in the chat. Talk to me now. Talk to me. Who's liking the new way versus the old way? Come on in the chat. Say I am. If that's you. There you go. James says loving it. All right. Who else? Who else likes this new way? See, y'all thought I wasn't, it may be a little delay here, but there you go. T.L. Smith, I am, there you go. Anybody else? Anybody else? See, the old way was, listen, there's double-digit losses. I mean, and we have nothing against these great companies like Isogenics and Airborne and Herbalife and Prove It and New Skin and Melaleuca, Yasana, Rodent. I mean, these are great, powerful companies, but double-digit losses, my friend. Why? Because things are changing. But the new way, my friend, is according to business for home.org. We are the fastest growing home-based business in the world. As a matter of fact, now we have over 685,000 members in about 8 months now. That's over 500% growth. I love this new way. So again, there's 3 responses. What's next? Number 1, you say, reserve my spot. Become an affiliate. You just pay $49.95 and you're in, my friend. And by the way, Brian, I love it. Brian says, I can order what I want my way with this new way. Come on now, Brian. That's right. James, let's see, Payne says, awesome way. Payne's, okay, there you go, Payne. So watch this. So number 1, you can reserve your spot. And by the way, number 2, you can shop at cost. If you just want to be a member, you can, now most people become both members and affiliates. You pay $40 one time as affiliate, $9.99 a month. So the first time is $49, although you could be like James and myself and Brian and a bunch of us. We just saved 20%. We just did, I think it's $139 for the whole entire year. And you save 20%, right? But number 2, like I said, you can shop at cost. But then number 3, you can just say, no, thank you. It's not for me. And hey, we respect your decision. Your decision is your decision. But I like what Buckminster Fuller said. He said, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. He said, to change something, you build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. So again, build a new model that makes the old or existing model obsolete. That's what Ben Glinsky, Nada Kazan, Dr. Ryan Goodkin, Lisa Goodkin, those 4 co-owners, that's what they have done here, my friend, literally in all over 200 countries. And my friend, changing the way people do business. So it's not just a great disruption, it's the greatest equalizer, because guess what? The top earner here is a guy named Tim, get this now, is a guy named Tim Miller, who when he started this business, was homeless, living in a government shelter, on a government phone. Are y'all hearing me? And not just, he's also in a wheelchair, which of course he's still in the wheelchair, but he's no longer in government housing and no longer, but he was homeless and having a rough go. And guess what? The same guy, Tim Miller, is now making over $100,000 per month. Did you hear me? 100,000. See, that's the great equalizer. Or like we had Chris Hopkins on the line, who never made more than $600 in any company in 15 years, never made more than $600 in a month. And last month he made right at $29,000 for the month. This guy never went to college, didn't have any degrees. Well, now he has a new degree now. It's called an MBA, massive bank account. How many of you would like to be able to get your MBA, massive bank account, without having to go to college to get an MBA? And again, if you already have an MBA, how'd you like to, and a massive bank account, how'd you like to add an additional massive bank account? So if you want to have one or have another one, come on, put in the chat, I do, okay? Let me put there, I do. Whether you already have one or you want to add another one, just go ahead and put I do. There you go, there you go, there you go. So again, my friend, what you need to do is get back to whoever invited you, get their link, and you can get started, my friend. And as a matter of fact, let me just give you a quick testimony or two as we close out. But again, get back to whoever invited you, get the link so you can get started.
Hey, this is Buster Stites. I ordered this product right here, Factor 4. Came in within 5 days. Phenomenal product. It helps out with inflammation. It's been helping my joints from lifting heavy. It's also been helping me with my skin issue. I've got a skin issue called Dariaze, very rare. And it's been helping the inflammation. So I highly recommend this product. Have a blessed day.
Awesome, awesome. I highly recommend it also. And by the way, my friend, I'm going to share with you my testimonial, but I want you to hear, let's give you just one more here. And just a
background look okay?
It does. Hey, Dr. Stan Harrison, known as Dr. Breakthrough. Got my good friend Henry, by the way. Henry does insurance, some other things. And if you need, you ought to check with him. But Henry, I helped him out with a product, my friend. And he's got a story that he helped somebody with. So let's listen in. Henry, my brother.
Yeah, Doc, how you doing? I wanted to get on here real quick and share a little something. A friend of mine's dog had gotten kind of injured. So I, because of you telling me, we went on there and we got him some of that doggy CBD to try to help him out. Yes, it's actually chicken flavor because poor dog's limping around. So I wanted to help. It's a really nice dog. But when I went on there, I saw that they had that new bottle that you have, that black one, the CBD for adults. And it's a rub to help people. So I ordered it for my friend's wife. I don't even have a bottle of it yet, but her husband came in yesterday. They got it in, and he says, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you, I'm not hurting. I put that CBD." Now, this is someone that has a back issue, right? We're not putting any claims out there. We're just telling you what's happening in somebody's life. And this is someone that's on some pretty strong medication, and the strong medications are not helping. But he put one application of this, and he could already see the comfort. He brought him comfort. So anytime that you can reach out there and be able to help somebody when they're going through something is a good thing. So I just want to say, hey, thanks for the referral, and also for turning me on to that, and now hopefully changing and helping my friend. Okay. Well, so if you haven't tried it, I'll tell you what, that's some good stuff to try.
And it's got organic aloe vera with it as well. And the price is right. I mean, it's amazing. But, Henry, my wife, Nadia, of course, I call her my ABCD, Adorable Brown Caramel Delight. She said, baby, you're like one of those hobos that finds a place to feed you. You put an X out front and say, hey, come here. You get some good food. So if you're tired of paying overpriced for something, this, my friend, will change your life. And so get a hold of me or Henry or whoever gave you this video and check it out. And by the way, you can see I'm fired up, baby. And when I break those, if I ever get sore, hey. Yes.
The job helps you out even if you don't have a pain.
Exactly. So I got it here, by the way, and my wife had a little pain right before this webinar, so Zoom, so I rubbed her down. Again, Factor 4, one of my favorites, my friend. This is so powerful, my friend. As we talked about, the super greens, which I take every day, the super reds. I mean, it's amazing. I'm talking about, I love the multivitamin for men, and the one, my wife takes one for women. The magnesium, I just found that also a lot of people with high blood pressure, sometimes they're low on magnesium, my friend, and don't even realize it. Of course, if you look like me, well, everybody needs a D3 when you understand COVID complications, but especially folks look like me, 96% of us, we're low in vitamin D3 and then K2. And then I just ran out of this, so I got to order some more, this protein, my friend. And again, it's plant-based, complete plant-based. And then I love my amino acids, and I could go on and on and on. And of course, Brian told us earlier about the sleep patch. I got the energy patch, my friend. And so anyway, so I'm telling you, get back to whoever invited you, get their link, watch the video. It's a little 6-minute video. And then here's imperative now. You got to put your first name, your last name, your email address, and then hit reserve my spot, and then it'll let you take the tour and go all the way through the back office and do all that kind of stuff, my friend. And that's what you want to do. So again, it's the start that stops most people. Don't let the start stop you. Get back to whoever invited you, get their link, and get started right now. You'll be glad you did, and we'll be glad to have you. And then you can get fired up like the rest of us, my friend. So God bless you. Again, we meet every Tuesday, 1 o'clock Central, 2 Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern. And we'd love to have you as part of the team. All right. Thank you for coming, and get back to whoever invited you. If you watch this recording, get back to whoever gave you this recording so you can get started.